Well, these new guidelines are going to affect an awful lot of people, everything from law enforcement, first responders, food service workers, healthcare workers. And we have to be clear, these new guidelines specifically apply to people who have come within 6 feet of someone who either has the virus or suspected to have the virus. Now, these are workers who, up until now, for the most part, have been sent home to self-quarantine for 14 days. And the whole point of these new guidelines is to try to get them back to work sooner.
One of the most important things we can do is keep our critical workforce working.
Today, CDC Director Dr. Robert Redfield outlined new guidelines to help get people back to work who are part of the nation's critical workforce, including first responders, food workers, critical manufacturing and transportation employees. These critical workers will be able to go back to work as long as they don't have any symptoms and continue to check their temperatures, wear masks, and practice social distancing. Employers are told to take the workers' temperature before they start back to work and frequently clean common surfaces.
And really begin to get these workers back into the critical workforce.
These new guidelines come on a day with a record number of deaths in New York and one of the highest number of deaths in California. But experts say the fatality numbers reflect infections that occurred weeks ago, and the new numbers of infections reflect a change for the better. Earlier fatality projections that were as high as 240,000 deaths by the end of August have now been lowered to 61,000 deaths.
Is modeled on what America is doing. That's what's happening. And I think what has been so remarkable, I think, to those of us who have been in the science fields for so long is how important behavioral change is and how amazing Americans are in adapting to and following through on these behavioral changes.
What's been remarkable to watch here is how the American public has changed their behavior when it protects the vulnerable. I think that's really what I'm so proud to see.
If you've wondered what the State Department has been up to, listen to what Secretary of State Mike Pompeo had to say about stranded Americans.
Since January 29th, we have now repatriated over 50,000 United States citizens back to their homes. For more than 90 countries, more than 490 flights back to the United States from all across the world. Our mission in Peru, working with the Peruvian military and police forces to send riverboats up the river to get citizens that were stranded deep inside the Amazon forest.
And with the nation's African American population disproportionately dying from the coronavirus related to a higher amount of pre-existing conditions, including asthma, high blood pressure, and diabetes, the nation's leading expert on infectious diseases, Dr. Anthony Fauci, pleaded with younger members of the African American community to help protect the more vulnerable among them.
Please try as best as you can to protect yourself if you're a younger person, and to please protect the people who are susceptible. Your grandmother, your grandfather, your elder uncle, the people who have these underlying conditions. And so I plead with all of us in the population, but particularly for those of us, our brothers and sisters in the African American community, because we know that mitigation does work.
And while California is clearly showing that social distancing is having a huge impact on the numbers, we are told it's also extremely important to keep it up.